All right, so starting off here at the Long Lake Trace again. Going to do another walkthrough. Here we are at mile 3.2. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of chatting or video this time. I'll be check in with you guys after we get to camp. But I've got about 10 miles till the campground that we found last time. So I'll probably check in with you guys this time. I'm just doing another shakedown, just trying to super easy hike to get some more miles in, a little bit more experience. Anyway, I'll catch you guys down the trail. Oh no, little turtle. Gotta zoom in. He's so cute. So cute. Well, we made it to the campground past the Danbury Beaver Pond. You see the pavilion behind me, and that's probably where we'll set up. I'm just noticing here, it's also got a little camp thing, not that I'm going to use that, but there's also see some stalls back there. I think those are horse stalls. If I see like a horse trough or something or other. So this is almost certainly like the entrance or something to the equestrian trail. Not sure. I'll do some investigating and find out later. But I have a new surprise. I got a new toy, a new tent, the Durston X-Mid Pro, super fancy tent. We're going to try. I have my old tent just in case I can't figure out this one. But the new tent is also like super light, so that's why I carried both, because might as well. It's still, the old one's still my rain gear. My rain gear it was also my tent before as well. But we'll try the new tent, and hopefully I can do like a time lapse or something of me setting it up. And I don't know if I'll do the time lapse. I'll just show you like when it's set up, and maybe later on I don't think the time lapse has ever come out very good. Oh no, we'll see. Who cares? Anyway, we're at camp. It's right at 6. I don't know why my watch just acted like it was listening to a voice prompt or something for a second. I would say the name. It starts with an S, but she thinks she was called and she was not. But anyway, you don't care. I'm a little dizzy, but it's 6 o'clock. I think it took about 4 hours. I made it like 2 miles in before I started tracking on my watch, and then my watch was like just over 3 hours. So I think it was around 4-ish hours total. And it's 10 miles. I think it's 10 miles for this leg, because you start at mile 3. This is just after mile 13. And anyway, I got it. We're burning daylight. Why does it keep... Oh, I know why it's doing it. So if you have an Apple Watch, you can just raise your arm, and you don't have to say the keyword. You can just raise your arm, and it'll start listening. Well, that's what it was doing. I use that feature all the time. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But anyway, yeah, we're at camp. I'm going to set up camp, and then I don't know. We might chit chat over while I make. We'll see. I'll tour the new tent, and maybe we'll chit chat over dinner or something. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, there she is. I hope the audio is okay. I'm not using my mic like I should, but we'll see how it comes out. But yeah, here she is, the Durston X-Mid Pro. There's another one, just the Durston X-Mid, and then they have the Durston X-Mid 2, which is a 2-person. This is the 1-person version, and they have a Pro version of that as well. Anyway, point being, this is the Durston, and oh my God, this thing is so easy to set up. You basically just stake the 4 corners, stick in your trekking poles, and jack it up, and you're like 90% there. Then you just tweak things here and there. You can add in another stake there. And there's also 2 more stakes. Where is it? Where did I put that second stake? I think it's, yeah, I just did the 4 corners, and then I did the door, and then another by the door. I am missing a stake here. Oh, I put it here. Yeah. I just want to see what that did, but we don't need that one actually. So you got another stake places you can do there. The stakes don't come with it. You have to order it separately, but these are the stakes, and they seem to be all right. I had the, whatever, the groundhog, the MSR groundhogs. And these are quite a bit smaller, but as you can see, this is thick pine straw. And I did have it come up once when I tried to get it really tight. That corner came up, but as long as it's not too tight, it could still hold in pine straw if you've ever tried to stake a tin in pine straw. But you can see it's you only need the 4 corners and maybe the doors, and then there's another stake point right there, and then you have a tie out line that goes right there. You also have a tie out line point that goes there, so you can really lock this thing down if you need to. But 6 stakes really is all you need. He's even got this first tent. I've seen it on YouTube, or his first tent I've seen that has this. It even has this little vent stake thing that, if I can pull it off, this is Velcro's off. There we go. It just comes off and it goes flat if you want to close it, but you got this little stake here thing that kind of just, it's attached, and it's hard to do one-handed, but sorry for the awkward camera skills. But anyway, you can see there's a little vent there if you want to close it up. But if you open it up, well, you've seen this stuff. If you open up, you can see there's a ton of ventilation on both sides, so you can get in on both sides, and it's pretty spacious. A lot more spacious than the Gatewood Cape, which I think is probably, I should do a review at one point, but I think it's probably better suited for smaller people. I'm 6'3", and I think I'm hitting the limits of what who can fit in a Gatewood Cape. But it's good if you want to go ultra light. I don't think it's a bad option. Oh, another cool thing, at least for the outside, there's a magnetic tie down, right? It's just a magnet. You just zip it up and doop 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 doop. Camera skills are not awesome, but I could still do it one-handed. I could do it one-handed if I needed to, as we just did. Super cool. It did come with line locks, so it came with the line locks with the lines actually attached and everything, which is super cool. All the seams are welded. They're not seam sealed. This fabric is like welded together. Oh, I don't know if you see that. But this is a DCF Dyneema. It's super light. This thing is like, I think this is almost as light as my Gatewood Cape. The whole kit combined, it's almost as light as that. And this material is really tough, and it doesn't soak up water, which is another thing. So even if you've got to start your day early, you can't, the sun hasn't driven the moisture yet off your tent, you still pack it up. It's not going to sit there molding in your backpack. But yeah, it's got a little pocket here. Same thing on the other side. But super cool. I think I'm going to like it. It's like a dedicated tent. Let's do a turn around here. Hopefully I got myself in frame. But yeah, the Gatewood Cape is really great, but especially like here, like the trails that I've been on, there's like a lot of brush and everything. So if it's raining and I'm having to go through brush, I'm actually risking my rain gear, risking my tent, my shelter, trying to go through brush because it'll snag. as I go. That's actually the thing. I had it happen a couple of times, most notably on the Tuxachanie Trail or something like that. There was a section where it snagged just the tiniest little bit of seam seal thread got snagged, and it just pulled out like huge, like feet. It pulled like the whole thing, and I had to like unspool it and flatten it back out and everything to get it to go back out together. And that was just the tiniest little. It wasn't even like briars or anything. It was just some little catch on a twig or something, and it did that. And that's my shelter too. So I think of like really maintained trails or whatever, but you can go ultralight. It's really great ultralight because it's your rain gear and it's your tent. So like I still need rain gear to use this thing. As light as this is, it's still going to be lighter. I think it will probably still be lighter than my Gatewood Cape, because my Gatewood Cape is also my rain gear. So I got to do the proper comparison is my Gatewood Cape against this tent and my rain gear, whatever weight that comes out to. But I think this is a super great tent. This thing is selling like hotcakes. The regular version, this is an expensive version. They have cheaper versions that's made of seal poly or whatever. This is the fancy DCF version, which is significantly more expensive. But they're always selling, especially the DCF versions are always selling out just because it's such a great design. It's like Ultraman. I'm like, it went up so easy, guys, so easy. And that's without me knowing what I'm doing. After I get this tweaked a little bit and I know exactly which sides to be tensioned first and everything, I imagine I'll be able to set up camp in like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. This is amazing, amazingly fast. But anyway, yeah, it's funny. I got this fancy tent, and I don't know if you saw here. You see my my Academy Sports. It's super expensive tent and Academy Sports sleeping bag, 40-degree sleeping bag that's like polyester or whatever. It's super heavy. I still haven't. I want to get a was it Western Mountaineering or something like that sleeping bag. They're like the best sleeping bags you ever. I kind of want to get that, maybe their 30-degree version, just because it never really gets cold, and I can always bundle up for an extra like 10 degrees, which would be like really extreme for the weather that I would be in. But and there'll be super light down sleeping bags, but I haven't. They don't sell them online. And I think the closest one is like Baton Rouge or New Orleans or something. The closest outfitter that sells that is a supplier or whatever, a dealer, whatever you call it. But you know, so it's got to be like a whole trip down there to go see which one go see them in person, see which one I actually want, and then buy it. But I haven't made time to do that, and I don't feel like I want to buy any other thing, because I kind of like, it seems like I'm just throwing money at things, but I kind of like, especially for things that I know I'm not going to be using a lot of, I like to go ahead and just get the good thing, and I never have to think about it ever again. Like I'll still use I may be kind of saying otherwise, like I bought a tent from Academy Sports when I first started, but that was just to get me out there. I didn't want to wait to buy a tent. I didn't know what tent to get or whatever, but I just knew I wanted to get hiking right away. So I bought a tent then, and then I bought the Gatewood Cape, which I really love and I'll still use, but I think I'll be only using that on like super duper, if I want to try like seeing how extreme ultralight I can get on clear trails like this trail right here, the Longleaf Trace, which is just a paved, it's not really a trail, but it's a paved thing all the way through, which is perfect for the Gatewood Cape, right? Because it's not going to snag on anything. Nowhere that practically nowhere that I will go on this trail will snag anything with the Gatewood Cape. So it's ideal for this. I can go super fast and see how many miles I can rack up in it a day and really push myself. But I think for more leisurely trips where I want to, you know, kind of enjoy myself, because it's really cramped in the Cape. That's the problem. And you got to be in there because this is Mississippi. The weather that you're going to be camping in is bug-filled, mosquitoes, and God knows what else. You know, you have to have a fully enclosed tent. You can't go. That's why I have the Gatewood Cape. You can't go without a mosquito net. I know some ultralighters, they just do a tarp. You ain't going. You might be able to get away with that out west. You are not going to get away with that. Get away with that in Mississippi. You will eat slap up. But anyway, maybe for like 2 months out of the years when the mosquitoes haven't awakened yet. But anyway, I am rambling on. I am this tent is as hyped. It is super duper hyped for a reason. This is amazing. Now, obviously, it's the first time I set it up. We'll do a longer term review, probably a year down the line or whatever. I need to do the Gatewood Cape because I did a whole season with it. I'll do a review on that one at some point, but maybe on this trip, maybe tomorrow night if I make it into Tent Cape, I'll set up the Gatewood Cape and we'll do a full review. But yeah, maybe that's a goal for tomorrow. All right, we got something to do. Yay! Anyway, I don't even know if I'm framing myself right. This is the back camera, so I can't see myself because I want you guys to see the good video when I did this, not the sucky video of the you guys get it, of the front camera or whatever. Anyway, you can't change it while you're recording. So anyway, no one cares, Corey. Anyway, I will ramble at you guys later, maybe over dinner. Anyway, catch you guys later. Bye. Alrighty, let's start rolling, I guess. Can't see the camera on here for some reason. It's not coming back up, but still super cool that it does that. Anyway, I figured we just have a little chit chat while I make dinner. I have a bunch of these wild Zora meals that I brought with me. Brought more than I needed, but I'm kind of wanting to use these up because I don't really eat this type of food anymore, so I just want to don't want to waste it, but I got so much wild Zora stuff. Even more. We'll figure out what we want. I will say before we had the Next Mile meals, and we had I might have this one next. It's the maybe not today, but on this trip, these Next Mile meals are awesome as well. That's buffalo style ranch chicken. That sounds pretty good. That is banana oatmeal or something. Let's see what this crazy flavors here. Palisade pineapple mango. Weird stuff I ain't never heard of. It's you know, here's the thing. I don't really understand like these really huge fancy meals for outdoors. You're usually just hungry. You'll eat anything. People eat just like peanut butter and like what is it, the tortilla things, you know. And that's their meal. So this fancy thing is here. Bedrock beef chili, maybe. Cliffside coconut berry. This looks like a breakfast thing. Well, it's vegan actually. Caldera chicken curry. Ooh. And free range chicken with organic spinach and broccoli. I could show these all to you, but you guys don't care. This has 29 grams of protein. green vegetables in that, and there's some meat in there. Mountain beef stew. I'm partial to beef, but I have beef like all the time. Maybe not today. And then butt, cacao banana. We'll have that tomorrow morning. Also have these little, I use these most on the Tuxachanie Trail, I think. These little soups, which are awesome. I used them on the Mao Picani beef stew. These were good. I haven't tried this one particularly. I got like a sample pack of these Wild Zoro soups. Pretty good. Next Mile Meals had some awesome ones. Check out my previous trips or whatever if you want to get reviews off of whatever it was. But there was something that was like kind of spicy and what was like, it was almost like nachos or something like that, or chili something or other. So good. I guess we'll go with something kind of mild, I guess. Beef chili or chicken curry. Let's chicken usually tastes kind of dry in these because it's like dehydrated or whatever. I think we'll go with the beef. Yeah, Bedrock beef chili. Even though I have beef all the time, we'll go with Bedrock beef chili. And I got some assorted flavorings and stuff, but I've also got some watermelon salt, Element watermelon salt. This stuff is so expensive, but it's just cheap enough that I don't have to make my own freaking electrolyte mix. Like I do have the Gatorade mix and stuff, but God knows what they put in. That's, like a bajillion ingredients in Gatorade. I don't even want to see it. Yeah, there's like a bunch of dyes and stuff all the time. I don't know if that's good or bad, but if I don't need to have it, why have it, right? Anyway. Yes, we'll have that. I could have been heating up water this whole time, but I don't know if anybody ever actually watches these cooking with Corey, Outback Cooking with Corey. There's no one else here, so I could talk to you, right? And make our own entertainment. Ooh, did we use this last time? I think we used up the first canister I ever bought. We finally used it up when I went camping with, just like camping, car camping with my sister and my two nephews, which is a ton of fun. They loved it. We had s'mores and a big old bonfire. And I got one of those huge, like ginormous tents for us all to sleep in. It was a ton of fun. Can't even roll it back up in its little. It's so huge. You can't even fit it back in its little sleeve case that it comes with that you're supposed to be able to fit it back into. There ain't no chance that thing's going back in there. But anyway, yeah, let's. Boop, 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 boop. Put that there, that there. And how much water will we need for this? We need pour 1.5 cups. Drink on my bag. That's 1.5 cups. That is 12 ounces. Yeah. Right? We'll call it 12. That is that mark there. By the way, water spigot right over here. Super duper convenient. So I don't even have to worry about making sure I cameled up with my extra bladder of water and filling up all of these canisters, because I only carry these. I get most of my waters in my Osprey bladder thing, like a Camelback kind of thing that's inside of the pack, which some people don't like, but I love it. but it's hard to get water out for cooking and everything, which is probably why people don't like it. But I'll carry just 2 of these like empty, and one will be for like mixing things and drinking out of. So like I'll do it right now. One will be I'll have for cooking water, and one I'll be drinking out of. And I could always bleed water out of the bladder into these things when I need to, or directly into the cup. I've done that before. Raspberry. Oh, watermelon, not raspberry. There's a raspberry flavor. I had some raspberry flavor last. This time I bought. I wish they had the variety pack. You can get it like when you first sign up, you can get like a complimentary sample pack with like all of their flavors. I just want to be able to buy that pack and have all the flavors every time I reorder. But they don't offer one. The only sample pack they only has 4 of their most popular flavors in it. Or to tweet at Rob Wolf, so get your act together. That's I don't know if you know the paleo guy, Rob Wolf. I don't know if he owns the company or he helped found it or something like that, but he's involved in some way, shape, or form. I think he founded the company. He used to be in the CrossFit thing. That's where I knew him first from, was from when I first got into CrossFit. Like in the fairly early days of CrossFit, there were several personalities. He was one of them, and he also talked about paleo. There was this drama about diet, and I don't know, there was some kind of falling out, and he ended up leaving that scene for some reason. I'm sure it's a good reason. You know, it's always a good reason. But I think something about, because at the time CrossFit was doing like the zone diet or something, where you had just like blocks, and you had 3 carb blocks and 4 carb blocks. It was some complicated system for counting calories and stuff, and paleo was kind of like, just eat till you're full and just eat real food and eat till you're full. Eat, above ground vegetables, avoid too many carbs, avoid grains, avoid legumes, peanuts, peas, that kind of stuff. Red beans. Basically banned my most favorite thing ever, red beans and rice. These always take so long because I always use the bare minimum. There's a great video. I always use like the almost minimum fire setting. Because if you go too high, it will go faster, but you're wasting so much more fuel. So there's like a sweet spot. You want enough to kind of be covering the middle. There's a great video about this dude does all sorts of testing. He tests like meals, like he does calculations on like calorie density of foods and stuff like that. He has got this huge spreadsheet of like, if you want to know which foods to bring, and you're trying to be a gram weenie and only bring the most calorie dense stuff, he breaks it all down. He talks about all the different, and he has he wants that you need to be able to get so much carbs and so much fat and blah 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 blah. But so he made it extra complicated in the video about what's the best way to sort your foods or whatever. But newsflash, it's lots of fat. As much fat as you can get, and adequate protein. So I don't know if you know this, but generally at least for like active people, whatever, the rule of thumb is you get 1 gram per pound of body weight. That's generally kind of overkill, but it's more than sufficient to maintain your activity and muscle mass and all that jazz. That's the rule. So you get that, and then everything else is fat. If you want to be super keto or whatever, or you could just eat just meat, just like me. Like I haven't had carbs since Mother's Day. It is Memorial Day weekend right now. This is Friday going into Memorial Days on Monday. And then before that was probably a month before I had any carbs. So, but I'm super active now. So I mostly avoid the carbs because I avoid especially plant stuff, mostly because I avoid the fiber and stuff because I have Crohn's. So it helps soothe everything. But also there's like tons of diabetes and other elevated insulin related diseases in my family, like thyroid disease and polycystic syndrome and GERD, and the whole kit and caboodle of metabolic disease. Anyway, it runs rampant in my family to a very large degree, so I try to avoid carbs as much as possible, even if I wasn't. That's why I was paleo. That's where I knew Robb Wolf from. I did paleo / whole foods for several years, and then I went keto. And then I went low carb, and then I went keto. Because paleo isn't necessarily low carb. It is low-ish. It's less than 50%, at the very least. Some people on paleo, they will include potatoes, and I included potatoes. Because certainly lots of people around the world, even before industrial, would eat tubers, right? And potatoes are tubers. So that was the reasoning for that. Plus, I was still addicted to carbs back then. But anyway, I'm so active now that I will burn through this like it on my meter when I did I actually did the exercise tracker hiking. And that hiking, it doesn't ask you how much you're carrying. So it's just using your body weight, which is giving me the exact same calorie counts as if I was just walking. So it's just doing distance times body weight. That's how it's calculating your calories. So it doesn't even account for my pack, which was like probably 35 pounds, maybe 30 pounds on the low end. So it wouldn't even account for that. And it was still basically 200 calories an hour. So this whole thing would have been like right at this 10 miles would basically works out almost flat even as 1,000 calories. And so if I do another 10 miles before lunch tomorrow, that'll be another 1,000 calories, and then another 10 to get to my campsite. 20 miles all in total. That would be 2,000 calories plus your base metabolic rate, which is another 2,000. Basically double my metabolic rate. So yeah, we're gonna be burning through some freaking carbs. So I'm not really too concerned about this. Is I can earn a little bit of cheats. That is if it doesn't upset my stomach. That's always the iffy part, right? Because all right, when's the urgency gonna happen? Because it's very inconvenient out here. There's no restrooms, right? That's the great thing about carnivore. I did the last through hike of here. I was mostly carnivore. I think I may have had the soups. I may have had one or two of the meals or whatever, but the bulk of it was. Let me go get it. We still got a little bit of time to kill. Let's see if the microphone cuts out while I go over here to the tent and grab these beef sticks, which I know that YouTube guy or whatever, these beef sticks or whatever are like some of the, not necessarily this particular brand, but this is the general style of jerky or beef jerky. The fatty beef sticks are like super high in calories. So this is like 3,000 calories. So for this whole trip, I could just take 2 of these, and that's all the food I need. versus all of this versus 2 of these, right? And even this is only 350 calories. 350 calories. That's like 3 of these sticks. Each stick is 110 calories, right? I eat 3 sticks versus this whole thing is only the same thing. It's smaller, it's denser, right? And it also it's also lighter for the weight. You're like you can't get much better than this than olive oil, right? Just pure olive oil. Well, you're not going to get much better. All righty, I think we are coming to a steam here. Hopefully, we're still recording, but holy crap! It took 20 minutes for me to get all this set up. I've been blabbing to you guys for 20 minutes. You tell me to shut up and get on with it already. I believe we can be in control of our diet and lifestyle and be something. This is my vision when I create taste-tasting snacks made from minimally processed, all natural ingredients. My promise to make you the same real food I give my own children. Zora. Well, Zora, look, it's got 100% grass-fed beef. Look at there, non-GMO potatoes. And yeah, she's a pretty lady too. Nice picture. Yeah, milk or added sugar. What does it say here? No gluten, grains, nuts, milk, or added sugar. That's that. I didn't even think about that. We can have chocolate milk, guys. Chocolate milk. What do you think about that? I'm thinking that's fantastic. How long we gotta set this up? This open a bag, oxygen. Yeah, remove that. We did that. Oxygen is over. Reseal bag, invert. We may have settled. Pour. Reseal. Let stand 15 minutes. Oh. 5 to 15 minutes. Mix well. Add salt, pepper, ghee to taste. Oh, anyway, there's no oil in here apparently. How much fat is in here? 6 grams of fat. Well, whatever. I could have me some hot cocoa. Is it gonna be hot? You never really know with these handles. It's a little warm. It is a little warm. So many ingredients. It's a wild departure from what I normally eat. Beef, salt, and water. Hey, don't look at me. You've eaten crazy, wacky diets in the past too. Don't act like you haven't. You've done the what is that? Stupid fruit, grapefruit, the grapefruit cleanse, the cayenne pepper and lemon juice cleanse. Don't look at me. We all got our weird diets. Mine works for me. Alright, so that'll be 5 minutes. I'm not gonna wait you guys wait for you guys to wait for that to be there. I'm not gonna hold you guys around. We've been chatting long enough. And did it turn off? Is that what happened? No. Well, my watch turned off, but it's still going. Okay. Well, anyway. Bye, guys. Oi, jeez. Man, this, what is it? Beef chili? Is that what it is? This beef chili is, it's spicy. But there's like no fat in it. So I'd say if you get this, we'll try. I also heated up, as I mentioned how few calories were in there. I also did this one right here, the chicken curry. So it's gonna be a spicy night. We'll see how it goes. But if anything's to judge off of this first one here, you definitely need to add some fat. So you might want to add some added fat. You're gonna need to carry some ghee or tallow or something like that, or maybe a bottle of olive oil, and pour it in there. Add like 2 tablespoons or something like that. At the very least, this needs some fat like desperately. It is so dry, and it's like a vegetable, chunky vegetable. There's no, it's tough. It's like you're eating like I don't know, cow feed or something like that. I don't know how to say it. It's not bad. It tastes good. It's not bad. I'm not knocking on this. I think it would be really good. It's just really missing the fat. So you have to, and it mentions it here. It says mix well, add salt and pepper and ghee to taste. So yeah, I think you do need to maybe add some salt in here and add some fat, and it'll be pretty good. But anyway, I'll know that for next time. I will probably, we'll see how the rest of these go. I'll probably be eating 2 of these at each meal just to double up on calories because it's so few in each one. But yeah, we'll see after this trip whether I'll recommend it or not. But so far so good. Just not enough fat. Anyway, I'll catch you guys probably in the morning. We're gonna bed down after this probably. All right, bye guys. Some toads over there. I don't know what kind of birds those are. There's one over here. There's one, maybe 2 over here. They are going at it. I hope you guys can hear this. It sounds amazing right now. Anyway, promise, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Just got done eating breakfast. We did the organic flaxseed and coconut with blueberries and strawberries. It's called Cliffside Coconut Berry or whatever. It's like a little porridge. I don't think I've ever had porridge besides like, I don't know, oatmeal or something. I don't think I've ever had flaxseed before, but anyway, this is, the other one was cacao banana, and that's flaxseed again with almonds, bananas, strawberries, and cacao nibs. They're both pretty good. I watered this down a little bit. We got the other one nailed down a bit. It took 3/4 of a cup. Now I actually have a 3/4 of the cup in my foggy morning brain. Couldn't do math. So ended up putting those a little watery, but it's fine. They were pretty good. I just got through eating. I'm gonna have my cup of coffee, and I'm gonna pack up camp, and then I'll probably see you guys on the road later on today. Anyway, see you guys then. Hey guys, so here we are, getting back on the roads. I can't remember if I did it on the video last time, but this is the little entrance to the equestrian trail. You can see it's going up here up on this side here, or if I can move my hands up alongside here. Let's move over here. This is what the equestrian trail looks like. It's not paved, right? But this is just past mile marker 13 is where this little entrance into. You see that little holler down in there? There. That's where the campsites are. So just in case you didn't catch the last video, that is, you could look back down there, that mile marker is mile marker 13. And just past that is the Beaver Pond landing thing. You can go down the little platform and look at Beaver Pond. So that's where the campground is. if any of you guys want to know where. And if you start from USM, it is 10 miles, almost to the T, probably to the T. Like that's mile marker 13, USM's depot, whatever the name of it is. That trailhead there is mile marker 3, so it's like, you know, almost exactly 10 miles. Which if, you know, you're moving 2.5 miles an hour, it's going to take you about, 4 hours or something like that, which is what we did yesterday. The goal for the day, so we got our breakfast and everything. I got everything packed up, of course. The goal for the day is to make it to at least Lot Circle. Lot Circle is not technically a campground, but I'm going to camp there anyway because there's nowhere here. It's that or the other campground on the very far side. But here's the thing. I believe Lot Circle is like mile 25. So that's like 12 miles. So I could, unless I have completely misunderstood this somehow, some way, and I don't know why I didn't do this last time. Maybe I was just hurting or something. I don't know. Maybe I've got the miles misremembered or something, but we might keep going. So it is like 7:30 right now. Let's call it, 7:30. So we should technically get to Lot Circle. If I'm moving at my normal pace, the pace that we were doing yesterday, we should get there around lunchtime, around 11, 12 o'clock. I could take lunch there, do another 4 hours, and make it to the other campground. And so this whole trail starts to make a whole lot more sense why there's no campground in between. Although you got to put on like a 20-mile day, 22-mile day or something like that. If I've got the mile numbers in my, because I think the campground is mile 35 at Carson. I think it's Carson. Yeah, it's like Carson Depot, that other campground that I didn't stay at last time. I just hiked on through to the end. Carson Station, and then Carson, from there to Prentice, the very far end of this trail is mile 43, I believe. So it's basically another 35 to 43, whatever that is, 8 miles. It's like 8 miles. So which is like a couple hours, which would be ideal for the Sunday hike out. So I'll be out early morning on Sunday. I can probably sleep around and drive out because my family's not gonna be able to make it out there till like noon or something like that. I can't remember, but I think that's my goal, is to try to get to Lot Circles, eat lunch, see how I feel, and if I still feel up to it, go the other 10 miles. Because I technically did it last time. Last time I started at Lot Circle, and then I was going to stop at Carson and stay the night. This is a 4-day weekend, and I was going to camp out. I was going to take off Monday morning, right? But for whatever reason, I don't know, I was like stressed with work or something that happened at work or something or other. And I just wanted to go on and get home so I could take care of something that I wanted to get taken care of that I couldn't take care of out on the trail. But anyway, I don't even remember it even being a thing. It was just me fritzing out. But that the motivation to do that, I hiked 18 miles or something like that, which makes sense. I should be able to do, I think I could do 20 miles in a day. I don't think I've ever done that much. So this will be a test. But here's the thing, Monday, so here's the thing. I'm like, do I push myself today to get all the way through, to get my 20-mile day, sleep up, and then have a light day on Sunday? And then on Monday, I have to do Murph. So if you, I do CrossFit, and if you don't know, they have named workouts. Like, I don't know, I can't remember the names off the top of my head. There's one called Murph, and it's named that way off of a special forces dude or something or other, a guy who lost his life in the line of duty or whatever. So they have different. There's C&D. There's all sorts of different names. They named the workouts. A few named workouts. They usually use them for like benchmarks, so you could, the next time you do them, you'll be able to track your times, you know, instead of having, because CrossFit is all about random workouts, but they have a few named workouts that you do occasionally. But every Memorial Day, or at least in the last few years that I remember, since I've been back, because I used to do CrossFit way back when, but I recently started back. They do Murph every year now on Memorial Day, and so we're having a Murph event early Monday morning at 8 and 9:30 or something like that. So I beat myself to a pulp today with a 20-mile hike, and then on Monday go try to do Murph. I'm an idiot probably for even attempting it, but we'll see how it goes. Nobody cares. This is just, yeah, no, you guys don't care what's going on. But anyway, it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. Get out here and hike, guys. It's a lot of fun. Breaking up camp was super easy with the new tent. Again, everything just rolled right up, and really liking this new tent. But hopefully this evening, assuming I get back into camp, or maybe, yeah, assuming I get back in camp in time to make a video, I'll make a video review of the Gatewood Cape. I probably won't put it in this video. I'll probably do it separate. That'll be a separate content, because you want to be able to call it this is going to be the Longleaf Trail hike, whatever date, on YouTube. But that review would be a review of Gatewood Cape or something, right? So people can actually search for it and find it. So if you're looking, so I've been talking about doing a review. It's not going to technically probably be in this video. It'll be a separate video on the channel. So I hope that wasn't confusing. Not that anybody watches this video. It's like maybe a couple dozen people. Anyway, we have a good time with it. I will catch you guys down the trail, probably, unless I see something interesting that I want to share with you guys. We'll probably catch up maybe at lunch. But anyway, I'll see you guys down the trail. We just passed through Summerall. Back there is the depot back there, and just as I was heading into Summerall, I saw this old lady, older lady, coming, heading towards me or whatever. And I'd passed her like, I don't know, a mile back or 2 miles back or whatever. But just as we were coming into Summerall, I see her, she comes right here next to me, and she says, "Hey," and I didn't catch her name, but she's we chatted for a little bit while we were walking, and she said, "Boy, you getting it, ain't you? you done let me." And she says, "Yeah, I'm 82 years old." I was like, "Oh." But she's doing great. Fit as a fiddle at 82. She asked me if I was former military. I said yeah, and I was in the Marines, and we chatted a little bit. Her husband was, I don't think she said if he was in the service or not. It's probably the Marines or the Army. But he was in the company that took Hamburg Hills, did in Vietnam, did 2 tours in Vietnam, and his company was one of the companies that helped take Hamburger Hill. So very cool. He got a Purple Heart. He wasn't here. It was just her, but they lived in California for a time. Anyway, it was a delightful, short little conversation. It was a nice little pick-me-up. I got kind of into the zone or whatever, starting to, the hurt. And then she picked me back up. So thank you, nice lady, whoever you are. Anyway, I'll see you guys on down the trail. Bye. Hey guys, I'm here at Melba's Grocery, which is right before the Lot Circle, like within a mile, maybe like half a mile or so down that way. It's a gas station that you can turn off of. There's a sign directly on there off of the trail. But I got 2 burgers that have been heated for probably an hour, 2 hours. Wasn't that great, but I got 2 burgers. One was a bacon cheeseburger. It was a cheeseburger. Scarf those down instead of making my own. Instead of having to bring out the cooking gear and everything. It's here, so I might as well make it available, right? But still kind of hungry. I actually did the calculator or whatever for the calories consumed. I actually used the hiking estimator for my little calorie tracking thing, and it's saying like 2,000 calories to get there. So we got another 2,000 calories to go. So we're at the halfway point, basically. I am resting my dogs. I was hurting so bad. I didn't stop. I just kept going. Normally I would have stopped like a Stonewall to take a break or whatever. But we got here at like non-stop. Getting up here was 12 o'clock getting there. So I'll probably take off around 1, give myself a good hour to rejuvenate. My feet are so sore. I probably should stop, but I just got to know if I could do the full 22 miles or something like that. So we'll see. Anyway, this is the store. As you can see, it's kind of a mom and pop place. But anyway, got my lunch. I'm just enjoying my Dr. Pepper and relaxing. I will see you guys down the road. I'll refill on what. There's a spigot here on the outside of I asked if I could use it. They said yes. I'll refill on water, and then we'll be heading on down the road. So I think Carson bound by hopefully 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock. Something interesting will probably happen before then, but until then, get you there. There's the little sign there. It says Melba Grocery and Deli. There. That's where we were just at. I thought it was Melba's, like possession, Melba's. But it's Melba is the way it's spelled. But I talked to the grocery store attendant, the cashier, and they said people around here call it Melby. And this is I asked like who Melba was, and she's like, "Oh, you mean Melby? That's this place." So this little community here is called Melby, and it's spelled Melba, but everybody calls it Melby here. So if you want to be in the know, like a local. You call it Melby. So anyway, yeah, I just got back on the trail here. It's 1 o'clock, and if this thing is shaking around a good deal, it's because I'm really tired. I should probably stop and talk for a second. But yeah, we're getting back on the road. I propped up my feet and tried to rest a good bill, but man, my puppies, they are they are barking. But hopefully, so we had to do 12 miles up to here. We only have to do another 10 miles, so it should only take 5 hours. Took at most like 5 hours, I think, to get. I think we started at like 8. We got here right at 12. So that was like 4 hours. I can't do any math, guys. I think, no, did we leave at 7? Yeah, I think we left at 7. So that's like 5 hours, right? That makes sense. So I think it should be another 4 hours. So hopefully we'll be pulling in around 5, maybe 6. I'm almost certainly going to take a break. My feet are super sore, but I think we might take a break at like this next town up. There's like a proper rest stop with the restroom and everything coming up in this next little town. So not this lot circle, but the next actual town, which was another one of these forestry towns. That's this rail line that this trail was made on was made almost practically exclusively for hauling out all the lumber that they were, because this was all lumber country. They were cutting down all the trees and everything. All these towns sprung up around wood mills and forestry and stuff like that, and that's all the trains did. They just hauled out. In fact, my dad just told me that one of his first jobs when he joined on the Illinois Central Railroad was running this particular line way back when it was still active. But yeah, the timber industry is not as much of a thing anymore nowadays, but that's why the rail line closed down. There was nothing else to haul out because they had all this freestanding lumber, like these really old forests or whatever, and they cut them all down. Now it's all farmland and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what all the signs will tell you as well. Whenever you're going down this thing about the history of all these towns, these were all forestry towns. They were just towns that they had to stop wherever the train made a stop at to pick up lumber. That's where the town sprung up, or or maybe it was a little bit of one and a little bit of the other. But anyway, that was the whole industry, and that's why we had these little towns along this trail. That's why they're here. So anyway, yeah. So we're heading out. It's like 1, maybe. I think maybe by 3. By 3, we should have another stop or so, or 4 maybe. I don't know. We may do a stop after an hour or 2, just to rest up. Almost certainly, wherever this next town stop is, I can't remember. I don't have the mile markers memorized for every stop. Anyway, I've been rambling on for 5 minutes to just give you guys a quick update. And the shaky cam. All right, anyway. I'll see you guys down the road. We made it to Battsfield. Man, the afternoon sun has been beaten down. And my dogs are hurting. But we got, according to the little thing here, 4.6 miles to Carson. I can limp that far the rest of the day. I'm starting to really hurt. Like I'm getting a little nauseous and everything. I stopped. I got some electrolytes. I haven't been hydrating, so hopefully that's not going to do me in. So we're gonna try to rectify that situation. But anyway, we continue on down the road. Probably gonna stop here for a good long while because I just need to get off my feet for a good bit. Anyway, I'll catch you guys down the trail. Alrighty, so here we are. I'm literally almost tiptoeing. Just trying to, we're at Bassfield Station. I'm just kicking off. I took about 40 minutes and I took care of some rashes, fun stuff, and did a really dumb thing. I popped two Tylenol extra strength, and hopefully that'll tamp down on some of the inflammation that my feet are feeling right now. But even though we have warmed up in just a second, but we just got 4 miles to go. I can limp 4 miles, so I don't think it's not that bad. It's kind of bad, but it's not that bad. But yeah, I think I just can't camp here, you know. So we just got to do it. To be honest, if I did have the option to camp here, I would just go ahead and camp here. But since I don't, I won't. So it'll be fine. Maybe we can get there. It's 4 miles, so at my usual pace, that would be like 2 like 2 hours, maybe a little bit less. It is 4. I think it said 4 o'clock or whatever. No, 5. It's 4:50 something or whatever, I think, and it's just fixed to be 5. Sunset should be at 8 o'clock, so we've got about 3 hours to work with. I want to get there. In 2 hours, so I got an hour of daylight to get camp set up. But it's not that bad setting up at night. Anyway, I'm just waiting for my legs to get warmed back up. They get, you know, your legs get stiff and everything after you sit around for a little bit. I'm just waiting for them to warm back up. I won't be literally limping the whole way, but we're struggling right now. I pounded down 2 liters of water with the electrolytes in there. Each one of them had an electrolyte packet in there, and I'm not eating anything because I don't want to throw my electrolytes out of balance. Like it, especially if you eat carbs, it like starts sucking up water into your cells, trying to shuttle those like glycogen in your cells or something or other. Anyway, I don't want to mess with that, so not eating anything, which will be fine because I go into keto. That'll actually help with this inflammation that I'm dealing with right now. But I'm doing all right. At this point, I'm too stubborn to stop, and I want to get this done. I don't think I'll do another carb trip though. I have forgotten. You know, I should know this by now. Sometimes I'll go for, you know, I have like a cheat day or whatever, and I'll have a whole bunch of carbs or whatever. And then like the next day I go for my run, and my freaking feet and my calves will just be burning. And I'll do CrossFit, and everything's sore the next day, like ridiculously sore. I don't have these problems on carnivore. Not anywhere near to the same extent. So I think next time I'm going to try to do a full carnivore run next time, just like the beef sticks, and maybe some ghee. Just eat a couple beef sticks every hour or two, and then have tablespoon of ghee and see and see how much better it goes. I imagine it's going to be a lot easier to keep things going. That is like some ultra marathon people. They're like full on keto or whatever. But anyway, yeah, there's also everybody does it different. My body seems to respond very well to being in ketosis. So I'm just waiting for that to kick in. Hopefully I burned all those carbs off today. This will be 2,000 calories this morning, then another 2,000 calories, which is way more than the carbs that we had yesterday. So, and this morning, like way more. So we should be getting. When you're exercising, your muscles are automatically in ketosis. It's called exercise-induced ketosis, but hoping my whole body will kick back into ketosis really quick here, and that might help me recover. But anyway, yeah, speaking of like the meals I had yesterday, not even worth it. Not even worth it. I got once I left there, once I left this morning, the next station is, I think, Epley Station. I was rushing to get there. There was urgency to get there this morning, and I won't go into explicit detail, but I was in a hurry to get there, and I was very relieved at the bathroom facilities. And when I was done, I would be surprised if I actually absorbed more than 1/4 of the calories that was actually in those meals. So, and then when I stopped at the grocery store back and had the burgers or whatever, same deal. I'd be surprised. That was my breakfast that was, being handled at the grocery store. And again, I would be surprised if I absorbed more than 1/4. This is a Crohn's thing, by the way, guys. So, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to figure out a way to. It's just fun making the meals and eating things different, and you can kind of cheat a little bit because you're exercising a crap ton. But I don't. For me, in my body, I just don't think it's really worth it. It's just do what I normally do. Just eat meat and fat, and you'll be okay, So anyway, yeah, we're coming up on mile 33. What is it? I think is it mile 45? No. 33 is 4 miles from here. Yeah, it's 4 miles from here. So yeah, I'm not losing my math here. I don't know what exactly. Is it 37? 38? That would be. Maybe it'll be like mile 37 will be where we stop up. Coming up ahead is the last time I came through here, there was awards here, and I stopped and ate there. It was so awesome. But not gonna do that this time. We're just gonna keep on going through. My legs are already warmed up. They're starting to loosen up again, so we should be getting there shortly. I imagine we'll probably get there in like 2 hours. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway, I'll see you guys on down the road. Guys, you won't believe what I see. Carson Station. Mile marker 37. We have done it. We did 24 miles. It is, what time is it? Let me see if I can get my my watch here. Come on, Mr. Watchy Watch. It is 6:36. So we woke up at 7-ish. No, we woke up like 6. We broke camp at 7, I think. So we've been marching for like 12 hours. I'm so happy I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. Keep going. It's only like, what, how many miles? I forget how many miles. It's like 7 more miles or something. I could do it. But should I do it? I mean, we've already, let's be clear, we've done some bodily damage here. I don't know if I should. I just, my ego's saying, do it. We're gonna at least take a break here, but well, stay tuned. All right, so cooler heads have prevailed, and in fact, I'm gonna call the show done here because we did the big lift or whatever, and the only thing that's gonna happen is down that way is the campground. I'll just sleep there and then I'll hike out the rest of it. It's like no point. And if I leave tonight and go back home, I sleep in my bed. I get to rest all day tomorrow and then do Murph on Monday. So because I'm a masochist. But anyway, yeah, so it's been great. 24 miles. I'm so happy. I'm elated. But we're not going to push luck. Maybe for a future trip. I think if I had to like highlight things that I have in mind for like future optimizations, the pack of course can be lighter. I could do some more pack optimizations. Of course I was carrying some extra things. The pack can be lighter. I need to nail the food more. I know you guys don't care about diet. It's important to me because I have special needs, but that's part of the optimization that I have to do. I have to find something that's going to work, right? So I gotta do some adjustments on the diet, and I think maybe because for this trail specifically, because it's paved, I think I probably need to get some better shoes because this is what I'm working with. This is right. So there's not a lot of padding, and I think for this trail specifically, because it's paved, I need to get a more padded shoe. Put my shoe back on. I probably just need to get a more padded shoe, and that'll alleviate some more of the pain. But who knows? Maybe in the future we do the first camp, and then we finish it up. We go all the way to the end to mile 43. That'll be 30 miles in a day. And then of course the full culmination is wildly dreaming, right? Is doing the full thing, all 43 miles in a single day. But I'm going to need to go like super light. Obviously there's not going to be any camping gear because we're not stopping. This train is moving, right? It'd be like a, I don't know, mini ultra marathon or something like that. I don't know. Maybe at some point we go down and we camp here, and then we go back all in the next day. So over 2 days. There's some fun ways we can do that. And of course, maybe at some point I'll do some leisurely trips. I found like 10 miles is super duper easy. And there's several different places to camp, 10 miles apart, assuming that you can camp at Lot Station or Lot Circle, which you're not supposed to, but we'll camp at Lot Circle, and then you could just camp like every 10 miles, right? Which is doable. Like you could do that before lunch, right? And be done for the day and just rest up and chill out at camp. Anyway, I had a ton of fun. I hope you have too. I'm not going to do a recap at the house. This is my recap. So I'll see you guys on the next one.